Alrighty, hello everyone. I have a cool video here for you guys. It's been a little while since I kind of did any kind of seeker conversations and education. It's been more a lot of just VODs and with some good music, hopefully. So I have a little bit of a doozy for you today. Unfortunately, I did not make this war game, and this was against FTP, or as they are now known as House Regards. And one of our seekers that did play, his name is Greedo, fantastic player. He actually transitioned from a Crusader recently. He sent over his VOD for this. So what I thought would be cool for a video, even though I unfortunately didn't get to actually play in this match against FTP, thanks Google Fiber, I thought I would at least cover the video and maybe also use it as kind of an educational standpoint for seekers out there just looking to have some tips and tricks. I know I've worked pretty closely with Greedo on a lot of what his build is consisting of, and I have a very good idea of how he's looking to play, and I have played with him in this party before. So I think it'll be really great for a lot of people to see. And keep in mind, he probably has only like a couple weeks, if that, even under his belt on a Seeker gameplay. So it's never too late to give Healer a try. And if you're a new player, it's not something that's going to take you thousands of hours to become proficient on. So kind of with this VOD and just kind of some premise with it, I am going to mute because they do have comms and so forth. So you'll hear a little bit of background music that I have going just over the top of this video. But I just want to kind of jump into this. The first thing I do want to emphasize before we start the actual VOD is just a little bit of party compensation. It tells a lot about what a Seeker's duty is going to be in the party, as well as kind of their role, and more importantly, how their party is going to be balanced out. So, first thing I want to call out is we have two Glads. Glads absolutely just eat a lot of damage. I wouldn't be very surprised. I haven't really seen much of the scoreboard or I haven't seen any of the VOD yet up to this point. But I do know Aster and Kuna do get targeted a lot, so we will probably see a lot of damage received on both of them. We do have a Crusader, which is probably DevoBot for this party, and then we have a Warden, which is pretty cool. So a little bit of utility along with a lot of that CC. I haven't played much with Lexapro. I know he was in the NA East tournament before the mergers. He was a really great player. I don't believe he plays a lot of support Warden. It's more tank focused and CC focused. So I don't think you're going to see a lot of kind of peeling with Purifying Touch mentality or, any healing touch assistance and so forth, which is totally fine. Just wanted to call that out because mostly it will be coming from Greedo and then Queso, who is our Oracle down here. So you'll see right before I have it paused, kind of right before the start of the fight, we do have Healing Touch stacks out, which is fantastic. On himself as well as his two DPS players. Obviously full potted, full food, good guardians, skill bar looks great. Alright, and I think we are kind of ready to jump in. It looks good to go. So, I've done a lot of Seeker VODs and Healing VOD reviews for a lot of guildies and other people out there. Never recorded one, so we'll see how this conversation kind of goes and how we like this. We do have the right targeting system on, in the sense that he has like the classes and so forth. So saw early Flash Wave, which is fantastic. I will call out that we don't have upgraded healing, Swift Heal, so his playstyle will be quite a bit different than mine. We're probably going to see a lot of really good Healing Touch uptick management, which is very common for a lot of traditional Seeker builds. So I'm assuming we're going to be seeing a lot of action with that, with a little bit of Swift Heal involved into it. I know Greedo, talking to him about his build, he does run, I think, 200% or higher on his skill healing over time. So very strong build, specifically on skill healing over time. And he meets all the defensive thresholds that you want. This is a 4-piece ethereal build that he's running. It's very similar to the ones I post for people. I would assume that he does a very good job not dying throughout most of these war games. So it can really showcase, hey, this is really how strong a Seeker is, even on a, what you would quote as a glass set, looks on a traditional build style. I'll try not to pause this much. So you can see the Kyo healer instantly died. I think that was probably a spin. Unfortunately, both the DPS died. In these opening engagements, it's really hard to keep people up. Like, I would say probably 7 out of 10 times, unless you're the absolute, crushing guild here, you can expect to see death, and it's not necessarily a big red flag there. Oh, you can see his 2 DPS took the wrong portal. That's very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. I would like to see Blessed by now. Yep, he just used it, so a very good call with that. Everything's looking pretty good. So we can see that Greedo blitz natures here. I know, again, kind of going into that emphasis of, you know, building as a skill healing over time seeker. I know that a lot of people do value the natures, especially for a party like this. And I don't know Queso very well, so I don't know if he has a Corduan. I probably would be blitzing double Corduan here just to get those extra Corduan immunities out for the party, because, you know, if you're talking 4 seconds, that's very significant, especially for gladiators. So I do notice he's doing that pretty consistently. So that would be one thing just to be aware of, depending on what your party comp looks like. There might be a more effective use of that skill. Really good pocketing on Kuna there. That's a lot of burst healing. So you can see he put the fountain down. I'm actually go back because a lot of people are like, oh, Seeker can't save people. So, oh, I think I went back too far. So we can see that he actually puts down fountain. I think he doesn't even have blessed up on him when he dies. He actually gets lifted under a Delubo as well and pushed into a clump. I mean, it's just picture perfect. Really good use of it. I will say that we've had a couple deaths now where, you know, a decent amount of time into the fight, I think 2 minutes approximately. We haven't used Guardian, so you just want to be aware of that. I used mine pretty early, so that way I can get the most amount of them used throughout the entire war game. I know, and, you know, it's funny, when I asked Greedo his permission to use his VOD, he warned me about his deadly marker usage. I see that he hasn't used it. You know, this is a very competitive fight from a guild that we haven't fought, to be honest with you, for quite a while. And he has never fought them on a Seeker playstyle. So I don't blame him for not looking to do deadly marker skills right now. Like, it's just a little bit too time consuming. It doesn't mean he can't throw it out randomly. And he shouldn't be hitting T-target and spamming it. But he's locked in right now, and he's doing a great job on the healing. So I'll forgive him on that. Probably should have swapped Akuna there, but he did right there. Perfect. Got the flash wave off as well. Good fountain there. Oh, look, they pulled him right into a fountain. Can't get any better than that. Now, here's one thing, Greedo. I will call you out on this. You perfect blocked standing still on 1, which is, like, the best thing in the world. You're about to let this skill roll off here without using it, and you're out of stamina. If you had self-targeted, you'd be able to get your stam block back. Or if you had used it on Aster for an additional heal here, you would have actually gave him the stamina so he could have Q-block coming down out of the Delubo. So if you are using wand block, please remember to use the skill when you do proc it, because especially the standing still, the static Q-block is so good for both you and your party, however you're using it. That's okay. I'll let him slide on. He's a tank player. Good save on Kuna there. Blitz natures again. Pretty good about his cooldown with that. He's not overriding it, because you don't want to just be spamming it over top. It doesn't extend. Really good enchanting time use. Like, this is something I see a lot in Seeker VODs, especially. Maybe not so much on Oracle because they're used to the shield. But you want to be using your enchanting time on cooldown. Like, he's using it perfectly. Like, I love it. Like, he's doing a really great job with that. I'm noticing Queso's out of mana here. I'm not really sure what the issue with that is. I don't know if he seems to be getting the Nature's Blessing within range quite a bit. If I was running Swift Heal with Mana Share, which is how I play, I would be probably pumping a little bit of Swift Heal into him in between downtimes. The good news is he has died, so guess what? He has, you know, half tank of mana coming back. Prozac has a lot of curses on him. Good job. Definitely would have used Cleanse on Prozac there. You had it up, and then that would have left a healing touch stack or 2 as well, so to top him off. So I think that was just him wanting to keep his skill in case that he needed it for somebody. Same thing here. You can see Kuna's getting hit really hard. I'm assuming he was actually stunned there as well. The Cleanse would have removed the stun and gave him an additional healing touch stack or 2, depending on how many weakens it cleansed. Probably would have got him out of that position, and I don't know if he dies here or not, but he's obviously getting bursted pretty hard. Cleanse works so well, especially when it comes to stun, you know, revoking that. You also see he did proc perfect Q block again, so let's see if he follows up with the skill this time. I'm hoping so, especially if he uses on Kuna. This is a pretty big heal as well as stam restore for him. Unfortunately, he didn't get it off because he did get CC'd. Oh, he's actually provoked as well, so he might have had a hard time with that too. So maybe I'll forgive him for that. But something to be mindful of. I missed the Guardian use, but I'm sure he used that at a great time. Don't mind that at all. So this is like a weird thing I'll call out that I do, and this is just like how I play mentally, is, let me go back here. So we can see right around here, Aster gets a Tevwan debuff on him. Like, I'm petrified still from T2 of Tevwan. Like, I have, like, emotional trauma over it. Like, he has his Cleanse up, he has Blitz up, he has Nature's up. Like, I would have probably here cleansed, and that would have got him to 1 or 2 healing additional stacks, up to 3. It would have removed, obviously, the debuffs, and I probably would have Nature's here, because this whole party's in range. Like, I think holding these skills is just kind of a bad idea, especially Nature's, of course. I do think he probably should have cleansed here. You can see now he's provoked. We still don't have a cleanse on it until then. And, you know, he could have essentially had the cooldown up again. I don't know, that's just something I probably would have been a little bit more mindful of. Like, I spam Purifying Touch on cooldown. Like, he just used it right there on something. Like, perfect. That's exactly how you want to be using it. Like, don't hold skills. Like, be using them. There's no point in them being left off cooldown. Really good heals there. You can see the Clays instead of the Janus really saving. Okay. I gotta give Greedo props on this. This is really good gameplay here. So, I'm watching this right now, right? This is all I'm watching when I'm watching this VOD. So, you can see Aster's getting booty blasted. Really good heal. Gets him right back up. He has all the buffs on. Like, doing a great job. It swaps to Kuna here in a second as well. And you can see he doesn't have a lot of his kit available here. But he gets a swift heal out for both of them. And he gets a swift heal into Kuna to get him back up. Unfortunately, Aster might just had heal cut or just a little bit too much focus. But that is great. Like, really great gameplay there. I think that is huge props. Like, that's a really good Seeker gameplay right there. Really good here. You can see the Seeker peeling back for the DPS player on respawn. If there's kill squads down here, they're going to be farming those half-health players. It is the Seeker's job to peel. Like, the Seeker has 30-meter range or 25-meter range. Like, the Oracle has no ability to really heal much in that kind of setting. Like, let the Seeker peel for a second and go grab that DPS. So that's picture perfect as well. Kuna died. I have no idea what killed him. There's nothing Greedo could have done. That's not his fault. Probably should have looked at Prozac there instead of flash waving on Aster, but not the end of the world. Case was getting focused here pretty bad. So good job helping him out. This is a little bit of a tough position. You guys are kind of in the shit, to say the least. Really good heals there. You can see the additions of Swift heals. That was really good. I like that a lot. If you had a third Swift heal spec, it might have helped a little bit more there, or possibly kept him alive. Sorry, you'll hear my Discord going off there. I promise you it's not you. This is interesting. I want to go back here just to see what the skill usage was. Because obviously we did a really good peel to ensure Kuna gets back here. And I'm guessing Aster pushed in. Oh, Aster just gets absolutely obliterated after his Q block ends. So not much you could have done there. Totally fine. Respawning is a part of the rotation. Kuna died there. Nothing you could have done there. Like, I know he had Oracle Shields too, so it just is what it is. It's life. When there's Void Slashes out to be had and Shadow Dancers, there's only so much you could do. Maybe a little slow to get the Aster there. He had that Tevwan, so you know people were kind of in the area of him. You can use debuffs a lot to kind of indicate the pace of how fast someone's going to take damage. So, you know, if they only have one, you know, weaken on them, most likely not a lot's going on. If they have a lot of weakens, there's probably a lot of people hitting on them. Aster kind of like jumped right back in here, which is perfect, and he's getting that support he needs. Let's make sure Kuna gets in. Yep, perfect. Let's get maybe a Swift Heal on him. Yeah, there you go. Clays is perfect. No point in not using Clays there. I like it a lot. Again, like, what is it going to do on cooldown otherwise? I got Provoke on your DPS. Didn't use Purifying Touch on that. That would be an opportunity. Make sure that DPS is able to keep up his output there. That's like 2 or 3 seconds of downtime for him. Big damage there. Maybe you could have got a Swift Heal off, but you were already in the cast. I wouldn't have stopped mine either, and you were totally fine. It is what it is. I like leaving the tanks. Dude, if your tanks are built right, like, they don't need you to be babysitting them. Like, peel off of them. Like, you know, they're okay. Like, they'll be okay. I would like to see Lexapro getting topped off here. Yep, good job. Maybe throw, like, a fountain on him or something, which it looks like you did, which is perfect. That's the perfect way to treat a tank. Just throw a couple things and let him be. Really good Swift Heals into Aster there. Again, maybe if you had a third Swift Heal, it would have felt better. But either way, that was a really good job. This is a really good example. Let me rewind this. This is a really good example on why Swift Heal heals people and other things don't. You can see Aster's lifted. He's booty blasted. Greedo runs over there, and he gets these 2 Swift Heals in. And he would be dead like 2 times over by now. Like, people that don't take Swift Heal on their bar... I know it's a little harder of a conversation when it comes to Oracle specifically. But I love it. I think Swift Heal does so much value for you and your party, and I have a really hard time for people saying that they don't ever use it, because that was a perfect example of somebody that's doing a good job on healing touch stacking, using Swift Heal that completely would have lost a player otherwise. Good rotation here. You can tell he's kind of back to his comfortable state. He's in flow. He's back to blitzing natures. Used natures a little too early there, but I was giving him a prop, so we'll let it slide. Party looks healthy. I like the shields. You can tell the Glads are just taking a lot of damage. They're getting bounced around, dilute up, and everything. I don't mind that Queso died. I'll be dead ass. I almost never pay attention to my co-healer. And maybe that's a fault of me, but in my opinion, if you're a healer, you should have your build correct, and you shouldn't really be dying a whole ton. It's not my job to heal you on top of healing the DPS. So they get, you know, strays for me and things like that in the form of, like, clays and, you know, my invincible wall cordies and things like that. So, yeah, maybe I'm toxic for that, but I don't blame him for that. Nice using Purify Touch, even though there's nothing crazy. The slow skill from Queen Bellandir still is annoying as hell. Or Annihilating Slash, I mean. I don't know if I like the limit break there. Especially for natures. Because you really weren't sure if you're going to have a great opportunity to cleanse. Like right now, Aster, I would have loved to have a Blitz cleanse there, for example. I don't know. That's my issue with blitzing natures. It's like, it's just kind of like spammy. It's not really intentful. Like if you intently use Invincible Wall when there's like a damage increase or like a stun situation, like you know there's like a very close to that proximity, there's going to be a time you're going to need it. But I will say he's doing a really good job managing the weakens with that natures. He just removed a bunch of weakens there, so that was really good. Really good aiming with the flash wave. Got as many people in the party hit as possible. It looks like Lexapro didn't get it, but that's just a range issue. I think he lined it up perfectly to prepare for that and have that mentality. Kuno's getting booty blasted pretty good here. Good healing on top of that. Oracle did his job. Seeker did his job. You can see he's still taking a lot of damage. This is where things start getting a little hectic with it. But really good job stabilizing the situation. You can tell he's back to flow state. Immediately went and blitzed at natures. No question in his heart. I did use a deadly marker. I didn't pay attention to see if it was like intentful or not, but I'm not worried about it. He's doing a great job. Good fountain. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too much damage there. I'll call something out because I'm an asshole. You know how you waited like an extra minute and a half to 2 minutes to use your Guardian in the beginning? You would have had Guardian up for that fight. and you could have saved everybody with the Guardian probably, including your Oracle. So that's a perfect example where use your Guardian early. Like if it's not the opening engagement, possibly like the second or third engagement following that to kind of catch back up on that first engagement loss. Because you would have had it here and that possibly could have turned whatever the situation looks like, which you're not in trouble. It just would have been nice. Really good positioning. That's probably something I don't call out just because I don't think about it. It's kind of like second nature. You can see he's kind of not on top of his DPS, especially... Oh, great heals, by the way. That was beautiful. You could tell that he's really positioning really well. You don't want to be standing on top of your DPS because of spear javelin throws. You'll actually cause your DPS to die by standing too close to them. So you can see that he's staying an appropriate distance away from everyone else in his party. He's still peeling over here. You know, there's a lot of time there he is close to stone if the, you know, shot caller is calling to cap it, and I'm not sure if they are or not here. Queso is getting booty blasted a little bit here, so I'm slightly worried for him, especially with the one healing stack. He doesn't have a great way to, like, top off completely. Aster is provoked with a lot of weakens. We didn't cleanse until just now. I know he was Delubo, but there was still some good opportunity there before that even happened. Good peel here. Prozac is getting pretty cursed up. I'm a little worried for him. I would have cleansed him before you left him, so at least he would have had another healing touch stack or two. I didn't see how Aster died, but I'm sure it was violent, so. I think here, I know this is a topic of a conversation. I would have liked to see a swift heal or two into this, and then into a flash wave. And the reason being is, you know, he does a healing touch, which is cool, right? And he does enchanting time, which is cool because it's a shield. But let's say this is a Scorpion right here, or a Ravager, or possibly one of these people porting in behind him is, they're going to insta-kill him. Like, he's going to be dead with, you know, 10,000 health or 20,000 health, whatever he's at. So I would like to see them being topped off a little bit earlier there. I just, you know, you don't need the healing touch for, you know, a couple seconds. Like, you're okay. Kuno is definitely getting focused. Again, you can tell with those weakens. You don't even have to know where he is on the screen. You can just kind of tell based on how much damage he's taking, what's going on with him. Here, I don't know if the shot call is to stand on stone, but just being conscious if you're supposed to be on stone or not. There is no occupying group, and you guys are red, so I'm assuming the call is to be on stone right now. And you're like a foot off of it. Kuna provoked. We did get it cleansed off, but I think he went for the Oracle instead, which is fine. Good swift heal there. It looks like he had some heal cut. I know Guillotine Blade doesn't show on the panel right now, which is a bit rough. I think that was some additional swift heals there, so you can again see, like, at this point he is using swift heal to save his people while his Oracle's gone. God, that was really good healing. I mean, you can't say anything about that, especially down the Oracle. Like, I think the Seeker did a really good job keeping him up for as long as possible in that mess. Again, another thing, though, like an edge, if you had a third swift heal into that, you know, that could be another 10,000 health if it heavies. Looks like a little party miscommunication on what portal they're spawning on here. Other team's coming back really strong on the stone. I know we win this, but I'm curious to see how this last end of this fight goes. Especially against a guild like FTP. Got that provoke on him. I think where it's a little slow on cleanse. Like, that's the only negative feedback I have right now about his gameplay. And, you know, Greedo, obviously, I'm sure you'll watch this. Like, you know, great job, number one. You're just holding cleanse. Like, just spam that thing. Like, what weekend are you waiting to cleanse when we can't cleanse heal cut anymore? Like, there's no point in not using it. It's free healing touch stacks, if anything. I like the Blitz shotgun flash wave there. It's, like, better to get it on target and hope they got it heavies and just let it go out there than not just use it and sit on it. I like Fountain there, especially for Queso. I see what you were doing with that. This is a rough situation. Definitely wanting to go into Clays here to make sure everyone's topped off. We went Flash Wave. You kind of need more of that immediate response. Aster might have lived if you went the opposite. You also still have Guardian. and you should probably be feeling in this fight a little bit stressed now, especially with the time limit coming down to it. Really good support on Kuna. I think that's a really good combination of the Oracle pulling through and the Seeker. Really good at keeping up with Aster there. I know he's getting focused up by a lot, but do want to be aware of the Guardian usage there. There we go. Thank you for using it. Now here's the bad news. You used it for 4 tanky people in your party, and the 2 TPS didn't benefit from it at all. So, you know, Guardian usage is really important. I mean, it's 7,000 health for your whole party. So if you times that by 6, which I'm horrible at math, but I think it's 42,000, roughly speaking. So, you know, you just want to be cognizant of that. Unfortunately, you got pushed down. Nothing could have helped with that. Good peel for the Oracle. Good fountain. This is definitely a situation I would not be blitzing your natures. Like, you need to be blitzing Cordy Wall and timing it off the 4 seconds to use again to prevent all these stuns and petrifications you guys are getting hit by and everything under the sun. Really good DPS from Jailed here. Look at the kill feed. Techno Druid popping up. I can't really read because he has really crappy recording rate here. But, you know, we have really strong staffs and mage players in general. And you can really see once the battle kind of went to the stone, we really did a really good job with that. And great job with Greedo there. You can see 3.5 million healing, so I'm assuming he's going to go through this year. Don't know which order he goes through his on, so I'm going to ballpark this. But we can see Greedo #1 healing. Like, amazing job, dude. Like, you know, especially from somebody coming off of a tank class only a couple weeks ago. And just getting a Cordy wand too, keep in mind that, people, as well. One thing that's really important to me as a healer to call out, and yeah, I don't think a lot of creators kind of talk about this, is, you know, how much healing is actually happening, right? When you see here, oh, this guy did 3 million healing too, like, he's really good. And I'm not saying anything gets hammy, by the way. Is he received a million damage himself. So if you take these two numbers, he maybe did 2.1 million healing, which is really good still. But you look at somebody like Greedo, who did 3.4 and he only took 300, which means he healed 3.1 million. It's kind of like the battleground mentality here. So I really like this. I think he did a really great job with this. You know, we can see that he definitely topped the scoreboard. Really good assist even in that topic as well. Didn't get a kill, but it's okay. The flash waves are hard against tanks. But really good job, dude. So I don't know if he'll go through it for the rest of the viewers on the DPS side of things and see that, but I couldn't be more proud of him on this. Alright guys, here we are to part 2. So this is going to be the Chernabog Riftstone fight that followed after Talis. Let's jump right into this because this should be the follow-up portion of that. Chernabog's a tough one, especially for a healer. There's like weird line of sight aspects to it, as well as it's just really brawly. Definitely want to see Cordy used there. I don't know if the Oracle used it and it just wasn't called. I will say I'm very impressed that the party's actually all alive still, so I think that is worthy to talk about. I'm going to pause real quick. We do have some adjustments to the party I didn't notice beforehand. So we still have Aster the Goat, Kuna the Goat. We did get Demon on the Steelheart. Steelhearts are traditionally more squishy than Crusaders, so you want to be conscious of that. And Lexapro is swapped off of Warden, is now running Devo Tank for the party. So just want to be cognizant of that. I know Lexapro was on Warden last time, and then we had a different collision style tank in the party too. So I just want to kind of be aware of that. We also have a different healer as well as the co-healer, so don't think Gnarly Gnar or Queso are the standard Oracle partner for Greedo. So there probably is, you know, some, you know, miscoordination when it comes to, you know, Cordy walls and things like that, which is totally normal. It happens, I'm sorry, in life, you know, it does happen to everybody. But just know that this isn't like a, static that's set in stone all the time, that's played together for hundreds of hours. That's funny, I haven't played this fight in a long time on Endurance, so I'm not really Sure how much he's going to get tossed around and collisioned off. I mean, really good healing. I mean, not much to call out so far. I'll just say that the whole party is doing really well. We are holding Guardian, but I mean, I really, outside the initial run up the stairs, I probably wouldn't have said to use it so far, but, you know, you can tell he's very comfortable with what's happening right now. He's probably a little surprised. Okay, big damage here. Let me go back there. I'm curious about something. Go back a little bit further. I want to see when they take that massive amount of damage. That's on here. Yeah, so right here, you can see that he blitz something. And he has the big healing touch here. I want to know if he... So he uses the swift heal instead. The upgraded healing touch here probably would have done more healing overall than your swift heal would have. And you would have been a little bit more comfortable, and then you would have also got the cooldown reduction from the limit break. Yeah, you can see that he cleansed. So, I don't know. Just be a little aware of that. You could also use clays. I mean, you have multiple people injured there. Like, just don't be afraid to use your stuff. That's super nitpicky, though, I'll be honest with you. I'm being kind of rude about that. Good flash wave. I know people think you can't flash wave from elevation, but you absolutely can. You can see multiple of his party members that were down below have flash wave. It's just a matter of practicing it. I would like to see Provoke cleansed off of Aster there. It was never cleansed. I think that's something in the previous VOD we noticed a lot too. There's a large amount of Provokes specifically that are not being cleansed, which is sometimes difficult depending on the party or debuff order. But there's definitely been a couple that we haven't cleansed. I don't even know what he died to. It's his fault. Same thing there. He has a Tebwan debuff on him, like cleanse him. Like Lexapro has a Tebwan debuff on him, cleanse him, please. Like, you know, not sure where all these Tebwans are coming from. Probably from DPS oracles, but there's absolutely no point in not using it as a free healing touch stack. Still have Guardian, and we are like 3 minutes into the VOD. Could have been half off its cooldown by now. Didn't use cleanse on Aster still? Holding that cleanse for days. Didn't see that in the first game. Ooh, and it pushed off. I've actually never been pushed off back here. I have no idea how long the run is. Oh my god. You might have been quicker to die, to be honest with you. Holy. Steelheart OP. Best class in the game. Oh man, you see how many jail members just got pushed off that cliff? It's horrible. Walked up for free. That's crazy. Good healing on Aster here. I think this is like the first time there's really been a displacement of the party. So we haven't needed to peel towards stairs a whole lot. I'll be curious to see how that kind of does now. You will hear the present event in my background. I'm sorry. You don't have presence right now, probably. Didn't use the Q block there. I'm a nitpicker on that one. That's a bad habit. Definitely need to be aware of that. Kuno's getting booty blasted. I would probably look to use Guardian here. I'm pretty worried for your party at this point. Yeah, Kuno's dead. Same thing as previous game, not using a whole lot of deadly marker. It's fine though. I know he just used it as soon as I said that, but it's okay. Like, he's locked in, he's doing his job as healing. Like, you need to be pretty comfortable at your other aspects of your role before you even worry about who you're targeted on and how your deadly marker is being effective. It's an important skill, but I'll let that slide every day of the week over anything else. So I'm pretty worried because some of your party's down below on these stairs, and they're going to be running up at half health. I know you've gotten collision a couple times, but I do like standing on that ledge just to help them. But maybe that's like an evasion healer perception. A lot of damage and still no guardian, dude. You're tripping me out. No provoke on Aster when you had him selected and you had cleanse up, and we're still not used cleanse. Could have used like cleanse like 10 times by now. That's 10 free healing touches. It's or more, because I think when you cleanse 2, you get an additional one too. Cleanse on Aster for the stun there would have been nice. Yeah, you could definitely tell mentally he's probably more in the weeds and uncomfortable with like the amount of collision and everything happening around him on Chernabog here. It's definitely a harder map to play from a healer perspective because you get shoved off and there's no counterplay to that, you know. But you can definitely tell his output's a slightly more sloppy just because of it, but he's still doing a good job. We are now 7 minutes. No guardian used. Hey, speak of the devil. Unfortunately, we could have had it up almost the whole cooldown from before, so maybe the party wouldn't have lived now. I don't know. That's not a conversation I would accept as a counter argument, though. Would it cleanse to have debuff off of Aster? Because you could have done the second healing touch to somebody else instead. Definitely would cleanse Aster here. Thank you. I like the fountain under Aster. You know, he was getting a lot of weakens, so he's probably getting targeted. Drop it under his feet. I like that demon peel for the steel heart there, pushing people off. That was nice to see from outside the healer perspective. Really good pools. You're seeing him use a pool for more for the party than probably most people do. I tend to use it pretty selfishly, unless I know we're clumped really well. But he's doing a really good job with it. I know he's pretty good about calming his stuff too, so. We can see the blitz in the natures. He's definitely got that ingrained into his brain. Some cool music in the background. Aster's got pushed off. Nothing the Seeker can do about that. That's a him problem now. You can see he's tanking this damage really good up here. I mean, it's a lot of tanks, but still, like, you know, he's doing a really good job with it. Used a Q block. Could have used skill on yourself and have a whole stamina bar already back up. We didn't. So, that adds so much to your toolkit. Like, you've got to be using that consistently. Aster's getting booty blasted here really hard, so is Kuna now. She's kind of in a little bit of a pickle. If you had used Guardian at the beginning of the game, you would have had it up by now. This is probably the time I would have used it. I do calm, just so other people know. I calm Guardian even if I have it on cooldown, like for somebody else to use. So like I would have called for my co-healer, like, hey, I don't know if you have Guardian, but you need to use it now. Like my tanks, like, I don't know if you got Guardian, but use it now. Like I tell people when to use their Guardian. Like I don't care what their timer is. Like I'm gonna call it because the healer will know the pace of the fight the best compared to anybody else. So the DPS and the tanks aren't thinking about when they use their Guardian like that. Really good Swift heals here to save. Definitely want to see a Clay's, but really good job. Very good save. Narlinar is having a lot of mana issues. I mean, I know you don't have a lot of mana stuff spec'd, but just want to be aware of that and think about that and how you're able to support. Ooh, good Q block on that Shadow Dancer follow-up. Really huge bomb, by the way, from FTP there. That was really good bomb. Really good setup. Kuna's coming up on the grapple. It's just really hard over there. He's doing a really good job tanking it, and you know, some good heals from Greedo and Narlinar there. I'm worried about Narlinar's mana pretty bad. He either needs to add blue pots and or use the mana potions. And keep in mind, this is with Secret blitzing natures every time. Spin. Greedo lives it. Very impressive. Honestly, Narlinar dying there probably is the best in slot because he needs mana. Oh, I didn't even know this. Narlinar's not even in our guild. He's in our ally guild, Undercooked. Liking everything I'm seeing here. I'm worried about Kuna. He has mana burn on him, I believe. It's either that or the skill damage resistance one, which is still scary. Now he's binded. I probably would have blitz cleansed that a while ago. Died a spinner. It happens. 7 minutes left. Neither team owns stone yet, which is totally sensical. And very even numbers on it. As they're getting booty blasted here, that's okay. You're just too late to getting in, but that's not your fault, which is his life. Good flash wave, getting everybody touched. You'll see, like, watching this back, like, I want to call this out. I know I did it on the Talis fight. But look how often he's clicking on Lexapro and Demon. Like, if you're a Seeker, number one, your tank should be built like this. If they're not running the appropriate heavy attack evasion resistances, the appropriate endurances, crit damage res, you know, heroics, like, they need to fix their stuff first. But you can see how little the 2 additional party members require of him. Like here, for example, Lexapro definitely needs probably a little assistance because he has some weakens on him and so forth. But look, give him a Nature's, a Flash Wave, and maybe a Cleanse, and you move on. He doesn't need to be on him for like another 15 seconds at most. Like, your job as a Seeker is, and a healer in general, is just not to be supporting the tanks extensively. You should be empowering your DPS, be doing as much as possible. Don't know if the call is to stand on stone here, but I can tell maybe he's being slightly conscious of it. I'm not sure. I don't know where the optimal standing is for an endurance healer on this area. I don't like standing over towards the barn, but maybe I just standing in the open as good as I can and I just don't think about it. I'm not sure. So I don't really have a lot of input on like positioning. This one's just tough because you're going to get pushed and pulled. The good news is he's only been pushed off the back once, so maybe his positioning is better, I'm thinking. I'd like to see Fountain at your feet here. There's just a lot of stuff going on, and I don't like stuff. I like things to be calm. I'm worried about Thundercats spinning. I think we did get a deadly marker on Thundercat, so very good job with that. Doing a really good job keeping everyone alive here. I think we did just miss a Provoke Cleanse on Aster here. So, definitely need those Provokes removed off of your DPS. Again, your job is to empower the DPS. If they're provoked, they're not attacking the right thing. Kuna needs to... Yep, there you go. Something got Kuna's... I think you got it with Nature's on that instant. Still holding Purifying Touch when he was just provoked. Oh, Lao Pack. That's criminal, bro. Oh, can he do it, though? Dude, oh, I don't know. I would have just jumped to my death at that point in shame and in time. He tried it. That's hilarious. Oh, yeah. I love that. So, yeah. It's the other jail tanks even running back as well from down there. So, it's life. It happens in your rotation. Your job is to get back as quick as possible. And I think dying would have been quicker. So seeing a lot of people getting pushed off over here. I'd like to see maybe a little bit of out-of-party healing there. You notice Chunky Brother was low. I would like to see a Swift heal on that. I think you might have Swift healed somebody, but maybe I missed it. Sorry if I did. I don't know. I'm not going to nitpick that. Kuna's gone. See you in 5 minutes. Kind of bored because you're waiting for Astro to come back. I get it. I like the early Swift heals. Ooh, that's a lot of damage on you. Demon's getting pretty low on mana. It concerns me. Your job's not only to heal, it's also to manage mana for the party. I think that's something that nobody thinks about, and I think it's a very unhealthy trait of PvP Seekers. Because right now, Demon is trying to pull people and he can't. I promise you. He wants to do something and he can't do something right now. Really good healing here. Everyone, I felt like, was pretty safe. Kuna, yeah, I like that. I like that Blitz Cleanse. I'm curious if you guys are going to think that I call out weird things compared to other people on their VOD reviews for healers. I wonder if there's like a weird like perception thing that I have compared to other people with it. No healing touch stacks on Kuna, and you got a couple weekends there you can get a free one off of with Purifying Touch. I'm not sure who you use Purifying Touch on, but that's not being critical. Just saying, more commenting if anything. Really good fight, dude. Like, Red sitting here winning at the last minute, especially on Chernabog. This is a hard stone, dude. It's such a kill feed. I was going to say, I was really impressed that Kuna lived there. Don't blame you at all for him dying. I think it was kind of expected. He probably had a heal cut on there. It wasn't displayed on the bar, too. But really good job keeping him alive as long as you did. I think Arlenar's doing really good here. As well as Greedo, of course. I know Lexapro's a really vocal tank, too, so probably really good communications on the Devos and stuff. I think that's a really important thing that you don't see a lot of times, too, is a vocal tank. And, you know, it's funny, we played the tournament skirmish match, and Lexapro was in my party as my tank, and really great healing. You can see he blew a lot of his kit to do it, but damn it, you did it. Like, that's absolutely amazing. Going back to talking about Lexapro, really vocal tank compared to a lot of tanks I play with, and that was a lot of my feedback after to our guild was like, hey, this guy was really good. He talked, it's like the first time ever. So as far as like calling clones as well as Devos and stuff, I liked it a lot. I'm worried about Demon's health is because he did take some damage. Yeah, okay, he's still okay. You know, I'm with the healing touch or the Alon Bow passive. Aster, yeah, good cleanse on there. See, you use healing touch and purifying touch, and you got him to 3 stacks just with 2 skills. Good job with that. I liked how you did that. I definitely would probably use Guardian at any time there when it came off cooldown there. But you guys won it. 6 seconds left. GG. That's really good, man. I liked it a lot. You could definitely tell Chernabog was harder. Like, it was a harder fight for him. And you could definitely tell he was a bit more uncomfortable with things. And, you know, I think that last minute really showcased, you know, people say, oh, Seeker's bad, or, you know, 2 Oracle parties are still meta. And it's just not, like, in my opinion, you know. I'm a weirdo. I was playing Seeker into T3. Never swapped to Oracle. I stayed even in, you know, crazy Oracle metas and broken everything. Seeker, I know people, especially in a lot of the Discords, sit there and say that Seeker is super nerfed and it's the worst class it's ever been. I feel strong. I feel stronger than ever. I'll be very honest with you. I'm really happy with how T3's allowed us to build out the like builds and everything, and there's a little bit of options now how you can do it. I know each region's different, but I feel very strong, and you know, you can see Greedo here does an amazing job keeping his party alive, enabling his DPS to top frag in it as well. And it's noticeable the Seeker's impact, and you know, this is a party that takes a lot of damage, and we saw that in the first game on the scoreboard, and you know, I know he doesn't click to the scoreboard a whole lot here, but I can tell you that, you know, the damage on these players, they might not necessarily got the most kills in the entire lobby. Their damage is really high, and you know, you can't ignore the impact that that's having, and you know, how much damage is being taken by those players and how much you're outputting. So Greedo, fantastic job. I really appreciate that. if you guys are at all interested in the future of me VOD reviewing something publicly like this, I would love to. I'm kind of weird about like asking people for VODs, or I don't want to do anything without anyone's permission. So if you guys do have a VOD that you would want to have reviewed by me and give you a little bit of my perspective on it, I'm more than happy to. Just reach out. Thanks.